Oh, what's the DoorDash?
No. We're not DoorDashing. We're sparking.
Oh, we're sparking. What's sparking?
Sparking this morning is Walmart shopping and/or pickup and delivery.
Okay.
So this is different.
But it's like DoorDash.
Similar to DoorDash, you get to but it's first come first serve. So if you accept an order and you accept it in time, then you get the order. If you click on it but you're reading it and you don't accept it, somebody else can snatch it. But you have to be really careful, because what I've noticed so far, and I've only done this for a couple of days, is that they will pile up orders, stack orders, if you will. And one that I received was 17 orders in one trip, which in theory doesn't sound bad, but when you're looking at what you make for each one, it wasn't going to be the best thing, because there's no guarantee that you're going to get a tip. All you're going to get is the what do you want to call it? The Spark charge.
Spark, yeah.
The Spark delivery fee. And
it was going to pay like $60, but there was like 17 stops.
17 stops, 17 different places, apartments, so you're not sure which level, but you have to keep 17 different orders organized, and it only counts as one trip. So we declined that one. And I've been getting quite a few that want me to go like all the way to Virginia, all the way into areas of Maryland that are not close, and so they haven't really been that great. So this morning we decided to give it a try. Weather's kind of nasty. He'll drive. That way I could just run into the shopping, and then we could just go and deliver. So make it a group event, since DoorDash wasn't really happening yesterday, and just to try something different, because the weather's kind of crappy. But
yeah, it's the thing that mind boggles me is you get these orders for Walmart here in our town, and they want us to deliver to them, and there's like 3, 4 or more Walmarts going towards them that they could have used something that was closer. And I don't understand why we get orders here and then it's like 50 miles away. It's just confusing. And I know at least 2 Walmarts going north that are pretty much on the same road. 20 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
A lot further. A lot closer to them, but a lot further from us.
Yeah, it's confusing. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So we just kind of develop our own little system. I'll do the driving, and she'll go in and get the stuff or whatever she needs to do, and depending on what it is.
So this is the first time it's giving me a curbside pickup option. So we're going to follow to the curbside area. Once I confirm arrival, then we'll see what happens next on the app. I just think it's funny when I'm inside shopping and he says it looks like I'm riding a bicycle instead of walking, because I'm trying to hurry through the store and get everything I need to get out.
Yeah, in the 360 app, it'll show a bike. She's bicycling.
Which makes me feel good. I'm moving. I'm staying active. But from the perspective of Spark, I do like the idea that at least here I don't have to rescan everything. All I have to do is scan a final barcode and bag up whatever needs to be bagged. And there's a dedicated line just for Spark pickup. Now with DoorDash, the red card, somebody could request that I pick up a couple of things at Target, for example, or a grocery store. And with those, I have to either rescan them myself in like the self-checkout, or I have to go through a regular line and get it done that way. So let me mark confirm arrival.
Okay, 3.
Okay, and 3 you said?
Yeah, I'm pulling into 3.
Okay, so I confirmed arrival. It's asking me for a parking spot. It's giving me a driver code, and then everything will be picked up and we'll deliver. So I'm going to, I don't know, I guess hop out here a bit, and that way I can open the back and
Okay.
put stuff in the back.
That will be your thing. All right.
And then we'll find out where we're going.
All right. So they should be coming.
It says it's ready, so they should be coming out. And then we have to give this code, and then
Okay. So what are they? What did they order for this item? You said a rake.
yeah, so
Four items.
4 items. Fisker's garden rake, streaming device, Google TV fast streaming, a remote with voice control, toothpaste, and contact lens solution. Ah, perfect.
Scale one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how that worked. I'll turn it around. That way it'll fit. Thank you. Okay, so complete
Alright.
pickup. Okay, now we gotta go to 2640. Oh. Okay.
All right, hot mama.
Oh. Well, that went well.
So how much did they overall pay us?
Let me check earnings for a completed trip. $16.28.
$16.28. So they show a breakdown.
I'm looking for it.
So again, nice little side hustle you don't normally think about. Just 2 old fogies.
Speak for yourself.
2 old fogies just working the side gigs. So 2 U-Haul trucks.
So it's a small, it says it's considered a small delivery, small order, and
But 20-minute drive.
Yeah. So all it shows me is the estimated total to $16.28, and it says customers may add tips later. So there was no tip.
There was no tip.
There was no tip for this trip.
So
That kind of gets annoying.
that does get annoying because that's probably what, the 3rd one you had like that.
Maybe.
Maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Still, this one doesn't bother me as much because we just had to wait for it. I didn't have to go in and shop for it. The ones I have to shop for and go through all that extra effort is a little more annoying for me. But it's raining.
Yep.
It's a freaking rake that he's not going to be able to use in the rain.
Correct.
So, but
Well, right, and you're doing all this extra bit of all this work to make things convenient for whoever, but if they don't leave a tip.
yeah, and they have a length of time to do that, to confirm it. And if something happens, like when I first started trying this one, I got an order mixed up because they stacked an order, and so when I got to the house, it pulled up the name that I thought was the order. Well, apparently no, I had the wrong order, so I had to go back and swap it. So they did lower the tip from, I think, $14.50 down to $6.50, which I still appreciate,
Yeah.
getting something, because I
But
made the
you
mistake.
can't hate it.
But then you've had some that it's like, I had a $10 tip for bringing Subway. I had a $4.75 for bringing.
Yeah, on the DoorDash. That was the DoorDash.
No, that's on. That was
that was here?
on here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. because you have to go back and look through the earnings and stuff, and then they will do, sometimes they have incentives. So if you do 6 trips in a row, there was a $48 incentive. That doesn't seem like much, but that's
It adds up.
yeah, that's a gallon of gas. That's, potentially can be groceries.
Maybe for your bicycle.
For this car, we could pay.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
For gas.
40 less than, yeah.
Don't be too.
This car don't take 40 gallons. 40, whatever.
It can, but yeah. So it shows you the breakdown by day. It shows you like my earnings for the entire week. And then you get paid out. I can't remember if they pay out on, I think they pay out on Tuesdays, but you can pay like $1 or something if, say, you want to get your money, you need your money sooner, then you pay like a fast cash fee from them. I'm not worried about this one right now.
Well, you haven't done it with any of them. The fast cash.
No, because I don't need it like any sooner than what they're already paying me once a week. The DoorDash pays out on Tuesdays, so that's worked fine. I see the money go into my account. Paid reader, the one that I was doing, you just have to have at least $10 in the account, and then you can withdraw it. Right. So I do that every time it goes over $10, just to make sure I don't forget about it and for it to expire. Now it expires, I think you have like 30 days with the others. These don't expire, to my understanding, but like I said, it's a once a week cash out. And then the tips they have, so like one person put a $35 tip on the order, which was greatly appreciated, and they confirmed it right away. Some of them seem to take a little bit longer to remember that they have to go back and confirm the delivery, they have to confirm the tip, they have to confirm whatever in it, and so you don't see it right away. So it'll tell you, it just breaks things down a little differently.
It's really annoying though when you go to a big house, big rich side of town, and $1 million plus homes, mansions and stuff, and they won't leave a tip. They'll order, however big their order is, and you'll get no tip for it.
Right, because when you look at the breakdown, the cost of the trips and then the confirmed tips are just under 50% of what the total earnings are. So if you're not getting the tips, the trip prices for the most part are better than some we've seen. Like Lynn was just saying that he got he had to come down to this area several times for DoorDash, and I don't know if you're making more than say $16 for that.
No, and like I think I've only had one where I got $30 or $27 to come down here for pizza. But
Pizza's
most,
good.
I've had some that had to come down here for $5, and then they didn't even tip. And it makes you relook at the app when the offer comes up, if you want to take it or not. Now I'm looking at the map, and if it's down here or far, if it's going to take me 20 minutes to get to someplace, and it's not offering me $10, then it's not worth it. Now that $10 can or cannot include that tip that they're giving you. When you see the offer, you see the offer and like, hey, $10.50, that's what they're offering you, and that could be the tip or not the tip. So it's all good. It's not anything that we have to do. It's something that I'm kind of jumping into because I'm helping my wonderful wife here.
I chose to do, and he's wanting to spend time with me, so
that's what it comes down to. It's spending time, and then every now and then I'll just do it myself. But you're looking at like, we got to pay for this HVAC thing that just came out of nowhere, and that this could pay for that. This could buy food. This could pay for any kind of bill. This could pay your mortgage if you're that dedicated to it.
Yeah.
You can make some good
Depending
money.
on where you're at, you can. Because I see the commercials that say DoorDash, you pay for my house, and if you were doing it nonstop and you've been doing it for long enough to where you get the higher orders, or you're in an area where they pay really well, Now, I have noticed that we've had a lot of high schoolers ordering like food after school or something like that, and they're not so much on the tipping. Maybe they'll tack $1, so it's like a $4 order. And if there's nothing coming in and then you get that, you may take it just instead of, sitting there waiting and see if it'll spark something else, because it'll, get you moving. But after a while, those just kind of make you feel burnt out, and it's like, no, it's not really worth it. So
yeah,
like yesterday, we just went home, did stuff at home, had dinner. It is what it is.
But yesterday was kind of a slow day. It had its peak moment, and then just after a while, it's like, just got done. We're just tired of just sitting there for a couple hours. So I'm pretty sure if we went north, we would have been busy, because most of the action's up north anyways.
Right. So that's an option, but neither one of us really want to spend the day circling Waldorf. La Plata is one thing because everything's relatively close, and it is just a quick circle. Waldorf, there's so many housing developments and restaurants and just traffic.
Traffic is bad.
So again, if you're willing to put in the extra and want to do that, great. But
well, the one interesting story that you were telling me about or something was the one guy that went from New York to California.
Oh, once you get to a certain point with DoorDash, or a certain phase, I guess, with DoorDashing, they send you different videos and pass different information, and one was about a guy that started doing it because he needed the money, and then he just had in his mind that he wanted to go to California. And if he ended up making so many trips, he was going to go ahead and do it. So he said he had about $300 in his pocket, and he made the trip from I don't remember if it was New York to California, and paid for it through DoorDashing. And that's where he talked about like building up a community, talking to other Dashers, getting insights and ideas, and he made it work. Didn't go into all the details, where he slept, any of those kinds of things, but just that he worked his way from one
city
end
to city, wherever, however he went.
Yep. And that it was a great experience. And he talked about how many trips he's delivered at this point, and the places that he's been. And if you're working on your own time schedule, and especially even if, so for example with him, if he, I think that'd probably be too hard, pull a little trailer or something fine, but maybe he just slept in his car. I don't know the whole ins and out of it, but it was just kind of interesting to think that, okay, say if we're going somewhere and we're not really in a rush, would it make sense to pick up offers along the way just to make a little extra gas money, or money for food? Or I guess it just puts in there, if you're willing to do the work, there's things out there, not necessarily going to be easy, because obviously this is nowhere near the income we were bringing in before, but I've spoken, I guess, to talked with a lot of Dashers since I started doing this, and this is week 3. This is coming up on the end of week 3, and it feels like a lot longer, but week 3. And those that are doing it as a side hustle to supplement disability incomes, those that are doing it as a side hustle to supplement retirement incomes, those that have been doing it for a really long time, and the biggest advice that they offer is don't take anything under $5. It's not worth your effort. But when you're first starting up, it feels like you need to take everything to get a feel for it, to get different experiences, and so that you can meet the number of pickups to start getting more alerts, or to be able to do more things. Like if you've got an insulated bag, if you have an insulated pizza bag, then you can start doing pizza deliveries, which all except for the one that I had yesterday have been really good payouts for pizza.
Yeah. She got a pizza delivery and they didn't even tip. No tip.
No, $3.75, and it wasn't close. It wasn't terribly far, but it wasn't close.
That's what it paid, $3.75?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's frustrating. That's when you look at it, it's like, why am I even bothering with this.
And with that one, sometimes when you get to the pizza place, you have to wait on them. So other people have told me that if they get there and it's not ready, they'll leave. They'll cancel it and somebody else will pick it up. Well, that just seems like a little bit too much for me. So I waited, but in that same one, I had to wait a good extra 5 minutes, which can make a difference between picking up a better order. Because in the beginning, like, I was getting Starbucks orders, $14. And I haven't gotten Starbucks in a little while, but it just depends on where people are purchasing from. Because again, you're dependent on the economy, people having the money to do these things, and it just is what it is. And so now you're kind of playing the waiting game. Some of it is, I don't know about the connectivity, because it sits there and kind of spirals. So you don't, is it still searching for orders? Is it searching for network connectivity?
Yeah, like the DoorDash will update every 10 minutes. So you could be sitting for quite a while.
Right.
But after like an hour of just sitting, and you're sitting in the hot zone and you get nothing, and then you go. But she was saying yesterday she was noticing the other DoorDashers or delivery people, whatever, all just sitting in their cars in one parking lot.
Because they're waiting for the next thing to come in. So you find areas that they say are hot spots, and some days it does work out that way, where we'll park behind Chick-fil-A and you'll get Chick-fil-A, you'll get Tropical Smoothie, you'll get Chipotle, all those little restaurants that are in that same area.
All day long, yeah.
Sometimes, like yesterday, you're sitting there and you've got nothing coming in. So that's where you kind of have to decide, hey, do I want to do one? Do I want to do the other? Do you want to try both? But trying both puts you in a precarious situation, because you could be getting alerts for both, and then you end up losing instead of...
So both by both she means like Uber Eats or DoorDash or the Spark apps, you know. So
you can pause an app and then you won't get anything during that time. But like say it took 20 minutes to get there or whatever it is, you have 20 minutes going back, and you're not necessarily going to get any orders because you're not considered in the zone.
Right.
Now with Spark, it shouldn't matter the zone. If there's an offer, first come first serve, it should pop up, but I'm not seeing anything. DoorDash, you actually have to be in the zone of where they consider that you're working from before you'll be eligible for anything that pops up.
And most of the deliveries are well outside the zone. The zone's very small, and everything's just on this one little street for just a couple of miles, and then everybody's way out there. So you might be spending 5, 10, or more minutes to get to them, and then you got to backtrack that however many miles of time back, and until you get into the zone, you're not going to get anything. You might get lucky, but odds are it's not going to happen.
And I didn't put DoorDash on. I just wanted to see what a day of Spark alone would kind of look like if I just had that on and let that go. So now that we're back in the area, we can go and park near or in the Walmart parking lot and see kind of what pops up. And with us both being in the car at the same time, we can talk about some things that, we've got coming up. We can kind of plan through some of that. It just gives us a chance, being in the same place, which is easier than trying to pick up the phone and call while one of us is doing one thing or the other. But he's really good about checking up on me to make sure I'm okay when it looks like I'm off in the middle of nowhere, which I was the other day, but because that's literally where the customer was. And then I just had a really good conversation with people that I had met.
Yeah. So let's talk about that person you met, because when I saw it, and I had to take a screenshot because you were out in the middle of, you were way out there. I'm like, okay. So I just want to make sure you were good. I go back to it 30 minutes later, you're still there. I'm like, okay. And,
what you have to know about me as well, I'm not a great driver. I'm not a night driver.
And it was dark. It was getting dark.
Yes. It was past that 5 o'clock where, since the time changed, it starts to get really dark here. And I'm off in the middle of nowhere where there aren't any street lights. So already it's not a great place for me to be. I know those things. I understand my limitations, and I'm not trying to put myself in a situation where I'm not safe, or, that I put others at jeopardy because I can't see, I just can't see where I'm going.
But you met a couple, and you were there for like 2 hours.
Was it?
But you were there for a long time. I had enough time to get in the hot tub and out of the hot tub.
Well, it was just sometimes you meet people that you didn't know that you needed in your life. You meet people that whether you just needed to be able to talk to them, whether they wanted to be able to, needed to be able to talk to you, whatever it was, sometimes that happens. And I feel like this was one of those cases. It was a stacked delivery. I dropped off the first part of the order, and then when I realized where the second one was, it kind of gave me pause, like, oh crap, got me again. Now I got to go far out my comfort zone, and it wasn't a big order by any means. It was just 2 small items, and but the person was watching for the delivery, so he noticed when I was sort of out of where I should have been. And he noticed because he knew, because they had just moved into this home, that the labeling of the roads, the location of where their sign is, the sign had been knocked down before. So he wanted to give me insight onto how to find them. So we talked about a picket fence, a sign that was up, and once I got back on the right track, I was able to get to the house. But you start climbing up into the woods, because it's a path. The leaves are down, everything's covered. Like I said, there's no lights. So you just wonder, what are you driving to? But then it opens up, and it's just this beautiful home, and you pull up into the driveway, and you have to do all the things on the app to confirm that you're there, to give the food, to take a picture, to confirm that it was received, or you dropped it off, or whatever. All of those little things that are part of it. But I was thanking him because he stayed on the phone with me to make sure that I found where he was. And he wasn't just worried about making sure that his food got there. He was genuinely concerned that, that I didn't get lost, that I was in the right place at the right time, kind of, sort of. So we kind of chatted about that. And then that it just led from one topic to another. Found out a lot about his family. His wife pulled in while we were talking. She joined in the conversation, shared some insights with me, some different things. They talked about moving from where they were living before to where they're living now, and just some things that they're getting used to, that they're learning based on where they're at. But again, it was just good conversation, a nice group of people to meet, and I enjoyed my time chatting with them. But that was also the day that I got home and we had no dinner because somebody forgot to keep an eye on dinner. That was his only job while he was home, to make sure it
don't dry out.
Yeah, make sure
Crock
that
pot.
It didn't. Yeah.
Did check on it once. Well, it was smelling pretty good when it was burnt.
Yeah. So. And that's enough about that.
All right.
All right, so I can put DoorDash on and see if we... What